easy playing in goal. He's made it look easy playing up front. Well, they left it fairly late, Arsenal, and I think the bright spark in an otherwise fairly dull game was Ethan Nwaneri.
Yeah, 17 years of age. A potential superstar. He was without doubt the bright spark for Arsenal today. Even when things weren't going for them, which were large parts of the game, he was the one that was probing. He was the one that was putting crosses in and having pops at goal. This is almost identical to the cross that they score from. He just shifts the ball onto the left foot and he puts that in and he whips it in. Declan Rice can't quite get on the end of it. Again, he gets the ball and works it onto the cuts inside and has the pop at goal, hits the crossbar. But he can and does also like to go down that right-hand side. If you show him too much room, if you invite him to go down there, then that's fine. He will do that as well. And he was the best player on the pitch today. So lively. This time again, it goes on the right side. He hits the bar. The keeper might get the slightest of touches onto that. But this is what I said about him in the identical cross that we saw earlier. Again, he just shifts it onto the left. This time, he whips it in. This time, the substitution works for Arsenal. Marino comes on, and what happens is they've now got a threat in the middle, which they didn't really have. He shifted Trossard out onto the left-hand side. He did ever so well in getting the second goal. Yes, they left it late, but they won't be bothered, Arsenal. It was about getting the 3 points. Great ball in and a fantastic finish, and that made all the difference. But the star of the show was young 17-year-old Ethan Nwaneri. What a performance. Looks so mature as well. Yeah. So mature. No, nothing seemed to faze him at all. No. Fantastic. Big win for Arsenal, that is, and he played a huge part in that.
Yeah, I suppose everyone's been saying Arsenal need a striker for a while. They might have found one by fluke.
Well, yeah, I think he spoke about being told this morning he might come on and play the role. He was so calm in front of goal, and that's what Arsenal needed. 2 immaculate finishes.
Yeah.
He's only 18 years old, but he's a fabulous young player. Plays off the right-hand side where Saka plays. I don't know what they're doing in the Arsenal Academy, but they're producing some diamonds. They really are. This kid, every time I watch him play, he's the best player on the pitch. It's quite remarkable. He always makes the right decision, and I thought he was by far and away the best player. Obviously, Marino got the goals.
Got the goals, yeah.
But Nwaneri, he's the one who stepped up in a big moment. No Saka, no Martinelli, no Kai Havertz. They needed somebody.
Yeah.
And those two stepped up big time today.
They did. We'll come to Nwaneri, actually, in a moment. We've got a good run on him. But let's look at the goals to begin with, because within 12 minutes of being on the pitch, that man there, Marino, made quite the impact.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bold move. It wasn't one of Raheem Sterling's better games. It certainly wasn't. They weren't being able to find the answer. They were relying on Nwaneri's quality, and they put him on. He is a goal threat. There's no doubt about that. He said he doesn't score many braces, but you know, he gets into the right positions. He went centre forward. Trossard went out to the left-hand side, as Mikel said. As I said, a bold move, but if you know he's capable of getting in the right positions and finishing opportunities, because some people get in there but haven't got the calm, composed nature to finish chances. That's why they don't play centre forward. He's a guy that can go up there, Owen, and you can actually rely on him to convert opportunities. And you know, if he's going to keep on getting in those right places, and they will keep playing him there.
I mean, the ball from Nwaneri is amazing, but the one thing is that I'd say Marino's movement on that, he did 3 or 4 movements which were like proper centre-forward ones, which is brilliant. Even this, Marino, he kind of stays away from me, he doesn't get in there too early, and it's a great little finish. But I mean, that, you know, in a game where it was really difficult for them, that is a brilliant result for them. Missing some of those key players, not signing a striker. But Marino, I think that's why everyone says, oh, so you need a striker, because you need a physical presence. Put the ball in the box and go attack it. With his size, he's almost perfect for that. So credit to him, he stepped up at a huge moment.
His run there was so much like a centre forward. You've complimented his first goal and the movement for that. Even for that goal, you could see him, he wanted to speed up, but kept slowing down, kept looking across the line, kept making sure that he was always in the perfect position, and then to adjust his feet quickly, to know the type of finish to use when it came to that is exactly what top centre forwards do. So maybe he's been playing in the wrong position all his career.
You could hear as well from the interview how much it meant for him. It's his first brace in 9 years. Just a quick one. Would your wife have preferred you to score goals or roses?
Roses, definitely.
I thought so.
Prefer the bonus to go shopping for him. So.
You talked about Nwaneri and just how incredible this 17-year-old player is. He's got so much talent, hasn't he?
Did I? But did I say he's a year older? Sorry, he's 17.
He's 17. Only 17.
Do you know what? This young man is really, really special. He'll be in the England team not long. I'm not joking. He's that good. I mean, the coaches at Arsenal need to take a lot of credit. I know these players, their talent is, but they must be getting some terrific coaching because they come in and they just look ready. They're really ready to play. His calmness in front of goal, his awareness. He's got a fabulous left foot like Saka. Look at that ball. I mean, he just puts it on a plate for people at times. I think Mikel said he can even play as a false 9. He's probably a number 10, but he's quick. Technically, he's really good. Makes things happen, and he's going to be an absolute superstar. And they need him right now, don't they?
Yeah, it's outrageous some of the things he can do at his age. But players will develop at certain rates. They will have quality. They will have ability to step over and do some of the things that he's doing. Not all of the things, but it's the decision-making. It's a mature decision-making skill that he's got at the moment, which is, more in keeping with a man that's 25, 26 years of age. But he's got it at 17. Now that is scary. That is the sign of a player that is certainly only going to get better as the years come on.
And these numbers are why he was given Player of the Match. Very well deserved. Look, top of the pile across all of those stats.
But do you know what I like about him is obviously he can play, but he's got a quiet confidence, not an arrogance. Like even when he gets his little bottle of deodorant at the Man of Match award, he's not overly happy. He doesn't get too up, too down. That's a sign of a top player. He expects himself to do that, and that is remarkable for such a young player.
Well, from a remarkable young new talent to a player that has plenty of experience and 4 Premier League titles to his name, Raheem Sterling, it's been quite sad to see the fact that he hasn't managed to get going at Arsenal. Talk to us about why that is.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's environments and the team don't necessarily play to your strengths. The way Arsenal play it, when they play it to the players in the wide areas, they actually need you to then go on and do something rather than pass it in the middle and arrive. But also, it's not easy when you've not had a lot of game time. You're at your best with just, when players have, 5, 6, 10, 15 matches on the run and you're just getting up to speed, you're at confidence. When you sat down a lot, it's hard to come in and play at the ability you can, but you'd expect him more on.
In his defence, I would say he's played virtually a different position every game. He's played on the right, he's played on the left. He hasn't had the reps. He doesn't have the same person playing behind him who's maybe making those overlapping runs. He's obviously not as sharp as he once was, but I think he lacks consistent minutes. Okay, he's getting that, but he seems to be playing different positions. And obviously, again, confidence is a thing. And if you're not playing, you're not scoring goals, confidence goes down, even if you're an experienced player. So, look, no denying Raheem's ability, but he needs to get that confidence back. Smile a bit more, enjoy it, because they need him right now. The lad stepped up today, but they need him to step up for a few weeks at least.
They definitely need him because they're in a title race. They're only 4 points off of Liverpool. It feels like at one point Liverpool were running away with it and now they closed the gap. Yeah,
I still think that Arsenal are the team that are going to ask the most questions of Liverpool. It's going to be difficult because of the injuries they've got. They're trying to find a centre forward at this stage of the season. That's incredible, but
a conversation that's been going on for
I think they're the most experienced, and I think they've got the most quality to eventually try and make it difficult for Liverpool, but I think it's Liverpool's season.
Super sub Mikel Merino saved Arsenal's blushes at lowly Leicester as the makeshift striker's brace secured a much-needed win for the Premier League title hopefuls. Mikel Arteta's men headed to the King Power Stadium reeling from a season-ending injury to top scorer Kai Havertz that looked like it was about to be compounded by the embattled Foxes. Arsenal's new front line failed to click, but the decision to replace rusty Raheem Sterling with Merino proved inspired as the midfielder went up front and scored goals a striker would be proud of to seal a 2-0 victory. The result cuts the gap to Liverpool to 4 points ahead of the Premier League leaders' home match against Wolves on Sunday. The away end bellowed out Merino's name on a day when impressive 17-year-old Ethan Nwaneri shone brightest, twice hitting the woodwork before providing the cross for the headed opener. Leandro Trossard, who had initially started through the middle, set up Merino's second as Leicester's rotten league run continued with a 9th defeat in 10 matches. Ruud van Nistelrooy's men remain in the relegation zone after a game that saw protests against the club's football leadership, with Director of Football John Rudkin the focus of fans' ire. Sack the board sung fans walking to the ground, where a banner questioning an internal review was unfurled was joined by further calls for Rudkin's exit. Leicester chairman Ayawat Srivadhanaprabha acknowledged fans' frustrations in his programme notes, but called on them to back the side. In truth, the atmosphere was flat beyond Arsenal's impressive away support, who saw their side dominate first-half possession without seriously threatening the hosts. Declan Rice made some threatening runs from deep and saw a header deflect wide after meeting a cross by lively Nwaneri, while Sterling saw an effort blocked behind for a corner. Arteta's men were uninspired, and Leicester looked happy to soak up the passive pressure as a subdued first half stumbled on, only for a late flash of Leicester quality in stoppage time. Wilfred Ndidi had earlier seen a volley comfortably saved by David Raya, but the Arsenal goalkeeper looked beaten as the midfielder met a brilliant cross with a header which he put narrowly wide. There was only a slight uptick in tempo from Arsenal when play resumed after the break. Sterling was twice dispossessed in dangerous areas as they sought an opener. Nwaneri continued to look the Gunners' biggest threat and clipped the top of the crossbar as he cut in and attempted to find the top left-hand corner from 22 yards. Arteta replaced the ineffective Sterling with Merino in the 69th minute as he sought a change in dynamics, with the midfielder taking up the central forward role as Trossard moved to the left. Play became more open as the side sought much-needed winners. Bobby de Cordova-Reid stung the palms and shortly after was primed to tap in Jordan Ayew's fantastic low ball at the far post, only for Miles Lewis-Skelly's crucial intervention to save the day. That vital touch provided the platform for Arsenal to secure victory. Nwaneri showed confidence as he rattled a strike off the near post, before providing the assist for the 81st minute breakthrough. The teenager cut onto his left and floated across into the box, where Merino headed home from close range to the delight of the travelling fans. The substitute's name echoed around the ground, with the volume going up several notches in the 87th minute. Trossard swung in a low ball from the left and Merino expertly finished at the far post to wrap up the 3 points.